Right here, out. Protect your out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Let's do this. Family, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
You see, we dream chase, cause that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for being here with us because you already know we truly appreciate that. What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome to the Main Thing Podcast presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owens. And after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes. Hey y'all. Welcome back to the Main Thing Podcast presents. Hey, today I want to let y'all know, and happy Friday to y'all first off and foremost. I want to let y'all know today's video will be a little bit different. Today I will just be giving my analysis on the Zach Baun signing that we had in the past 48 hours. We had some breaking news coming out of Philadelphia. But sometimes during the off season, what I want to let y'all know, sometimes during the off season, the videos might look a little different. Sometimes it might be me, sometimes it might be Big Husk, or sometimes it'll be both of us. Especially during the off season, our schedules are very, very busy. So sometimes I'll see breaking news information first, or he'll see breaking news information first. But as long as we're growing this brand and we're growing this community, we agree that no matter who sees the information first, we want to make sure that we get that information out to our supporters in a timely manner and timely fashion. That's something we strive for and to hang our hats on as well. But before I get into this topic, make sure, pause this video real quick for me. All right, y'all paused it? Cool. All right, here we go. Make sure y'all keep liking these videos so that we can get them circulated in the algorithm and get some more views on our video. Make sure that y'all keep leaving comments in the comment section, as we want to get to know y'all on a more personal level. Also, continue to keep subscribing and sharing this content and this channel. We definitely want y'all to let everybody know that y'all found y'all favorite Eagles content creators, and also make sure that y'all keep turning on the notification bells so you don't miss when these videos drop. As I mentioned before, we got some breaking news coming out of Philadelphia. In the last 48 hours, we signed all-pro linebacker Zach Baun. You know that boy.
Here's Mahomes. Four-man rush over the middle, and it's intercepted again! This time it's Zach Baun, and the Eagles are set up inside the 10.
Billboard Baun. We got him back in a fold. So we got Billboard Baun for 3 years, $51 million, a $17 million per year, and also $34 million guaranteed. That is amazing. First off, congratulations to Zach Baun and his family. Also, congratulations to the Eagles organization for valuing one of their own and valuing a player who they feel can transcend this defense and continue to allow this defense to reach new heights and new levels. This is all coming off of last year, Zach Baun signing a 1-year, $3.5 million prove-it deal here with us in Philadelphia. First off, like I said, Zach Baun, this is well-deserved, especially the journey that he has been on. We all know that he started out as an outside linebacker at Wisconsin, where in 2019, he was a Buckus Award finalist, a Benerick Award semifinalist, a consensus first team All-American, and a first team All Big Ten. and so that progressed into him being signed with the new. I mean, not signed. I'm sorry, him being drafted by the New Orleans Saints with the 2020 in the 2020 draft with the 74th pick. Obviously, as we know, he didn't have a lot of opportunity in New Orleans, being in that organization. He played a lot of special teams. Like we always keep telling y'all, special teams matters. But he was also a backup edge rotational piece in New Orleans. And he made his way in free agency to Philadelphia this season, and we couldn't have asked for better play. And also with him looking at like a bargain linebacker at first, to turning out to what he is now and receiving the rewards and the accolades that he deserves. It's amazing. So a little insight, like I said, he really didn't have a lot of opportunity in New Orleans. In 2020 in New Orleans, from 2020 to 2023, he played 4 years in New Orleans. From 2020 to 2023, Zach Baun had a combine of 88 tackles. He had 28 assisted tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 interception, right? He comes to Philadelphia in 1 season and has 151 combined tackles, 58 assisted tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 1 interception. Now, if that doesn't scream the work ethic for somebody, especially somebody who hasn't had a lot of opportunity and gets a chance to come to an organization who is known to take care of their players, who is known to maximize their potential and get the best out of our players. It's amazing that he had the season that he did, especially under Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio, we have to give Howie credit, of course, and Jeffrey Lurie. Howie and Jeffrey Lurie both understand winning. They understand that in Philadelphia, not only for them, but the city, we expect winning year in and year out. That's the type of culture that has been in Philadelphia since I can remember. And like I said, we give them their praise, but the person who we truly have to praise not only is Zach Baun, for him believing in himself and God giving him the ability to do what he does, but we have to give Vic Fangio the praise, because we have to understand that Zach Baun was bought in to be a rotational edge rushing piece. We already know that usually our D line, we dominate the trenches. So to bring in Zach Baun as a rotational edge piece, and Vic Fangio being who Vic Fangio is, and really dedicating his craft and making sure that he gets the best out of his players, his specialty is linebackers. He knew that Zach Baun played a little linebacker, even though it wasn't middle, it was outside in college at Wisconsin. But he knew that he had some linebacker traits, and he saw some traits in him that he liked to move him into middle linebacker, and thus making him the best, one of the best middle linebackers in the NFL. Zach Baun is only behind Baltimore's Roquan Smith at $20 million per year, San Francisco's Fred Warner at $19 per year, and Tremaine Edmonds at $18 million per year. And a fun fact is Tremaine Edmonds is the older brother of Terrell Edmonds, who used to play with us, I believe 2 years ago. That is rightfully deserved by Zach Baun. And I'm just eager to see the trajectory that Zach Baun goes on in this this defense under Vic Fangio, especially considering the fact that this was his first season, and not only Zach Baun, but the first season of a lot of our defenders in Vic Fangio's scheme. So if we did this in the first year being the number one overall defense, I can imagine we'll be doing year 2 and year 3, year 4 with the growth of not only the defense, but specifically in Zach Baun, because we haven't had this type of linebacker play, as we've mentioned in previous, as me and Big Huss mentioned in previous videos, since the 91, like Seth Joyners, or even the last All-Pro being at linebacker here in Philadelphia was Jeremiah Trotter, Senior, Axeman. So, like I said, I'm just excited for the growth of everyone involved, and just some thoughts to before I close out the video that I had on Zach Baun. Like I said, this season was amazing. This season was amazing. Just a side to side, sideline to sideline defender. Zach Baun literally knows how to read and react. Go ball, see ball, get ball. He fills his gaps and knows his responsibilities. He can play the run. And what surprised me with Zach Baun is his pass defense, his pass coverage, especially for a linebacker, a middle linebacker. We know the best middle linebacker that is in pass coverage is Fred Warner. But I did definitely see some traits and some similarities between Fred Warner and Zach Baun. Of course, they're their own individuals, but they do have some similar play styles. And I know Zach Baun has said before that he kind of watches Fred Warner on tape and sees what he does in his game and sees if he can add some of Fred Warner's game to his own game and things like that. So sky's the limit for Zach Baun. He has natural hands, as we saw in the Super Bowl with that interception on Patrick Mahomes, just reading the eyes and diving in front of the receiver and being able to not only catch the interception, but to maintain it while going to the ground. He's very instinctive, always on attack, and always active on defense. He's a leader, as we see, especially when Nakobe Dean went down in the Packers game, in the wild card game. Zach Baun had to be the green dot. And for y'all that are not familiar, our supporters that are not familiar with the green dot is the leader on defense. The green dot is the one who wears the helmet with the earpiece in it, and they hear Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, or some of the assistant coaches, who, depending on who's calling the plays, from the sideline. So they're the ones who get everybody in order and line everybody up, just as a quarterback would do on the offensive side of the ball. But Fangio saw greatness, like I've mentioned before, in Baun before anybody else saw it in Baun. I'm pretty sure if you asked Zach Baun before the season started, if he would have predicted that he had this type of season, I don't know if he says it, but kudos to him for putting in that work, and he reaped the rewards of his work and his labor. Like, had 5 forced fumbles. I forgot to mention that. New coach, new scheme, new terminology, new organization, everything that Zach Baun had to know. But like I said, with this signing, I know people will be like, oh, well, y'all made him the 4th highest paid linebacker in the league. He's 28 years old. So he didn't reset the market in terms of linebacker, but he did reset the market in terms of linebackers looking for a payday under 30. A lot of the guys I named are 30 or 30 plus. So I feel that with everything that we saw this whole season with a Zach Baun flying around the field, making tackles, forcing fumbles, interceptions, everything we saw with our own eyes. I feel that the reward outweighs the risk in this scenario. But we also got to give some credit to our linebacker coach Bobby King for helping Zach Baun continue to get better as well. We can't leave those people out, because sometimes we'll say like Vic Fangio and Howie and things like that, but we also have to praise the others that are on the team and are working as well. And like I said, sky's the limit. I'm excited. I don't have a lot of words because words can't really match how I feel about this signing getting done. Especially, we all know as diehard Eagle fans how Howie never plays running back or linebacker, the position running back or linebacker. And in the last 2 days, Howie has gone against the grain and gone against what he traditionally does and paid top dollar to Saquon Barkley and top dollar to Zach Baun. These are premium positions, positions that have been devalued. Also, this is a position that is hard to gauge, especially coming out of college, how somebody's going to transition from playing college football at linebacker and playing NFL football at linebacker. But like I said, our organization always sees and scouts talent. We continue to do player development, and shout out to Connor Barwin in that aspect. Another former OG player with us, but our organization is unmatched. Our organization takes care of their own. Our organization is the gold standard, as I've mentioned before, and these are just moves that solidify it and let the rest of the league know that not only what we did this year wasn't no fluke, but what we're doing in this off season and what we continue to do is be consistent. And this is going to be something that remains long term. It's something that the rest of the league is going to have to deal with. But before I get out of here, like I said, again, shout out and congratulations to the Eagles organization and to Zach Baun for getting this deal done. Howie not letting Zach Baun hit the open market free agency, because we all know that the legal tampering period starts on Monday. So Howie said, nah, I'm not letting Zach Baun get out of this door. I'm not letting other teams negotiate contracts and talk to his agent and things like that. We know what we have in-house is special. He's not a plug and play. He's not a plug and replace player. I mean, he's not a replace and plug player. Zach Baun is a staple of this defense. It shows on the field. It shows off the field. He's a big communicator, as y'all see, with especially with Coop in a slot. And just in that middle of the defense, how Zach Baun communicates to everybody, gets everybody lined up, as I mentioned before in the video. And then, like I said, this just shores up the middle of our defense, and it gives us leaders and dominant players at every level of the defense, from defensive linemen to the linebackers, which Zach Baun is, of course, and then to the secondary. We just have every level of leadership. But again, congratulations to Zach Baun and his family and to the Eagles organization. But before I get out of here, I want to make sure that y'all keep liking these videos. Like I said, spam, bam out, wild out, bug out, tweak out, whatever. However y'all say, go crazy. Draw on that like button. Continue to get these videos out and circulating. Make sure that y'all continue to leave comments under our videos and just commenting on how y'all feel about our content, and also some suggestions on things that y'all might want to hear and things like that. We're definitely open to suggestions. As I said before, continue to subscribe and share this channel and this content and this brand. Continue to help us grow. As you know, we love our supporters. We do this for y'all. And as I said and mentioned before, none of this is possible without y'all. And finally, again, make sure y'all turn on them notification bells, also known as the Liberty Bell looking thingy, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates. But all right, y'all, this wraps up my video, our video for today. Like I said, happy Friday to everybody. I pray and hope that you all have a responsible and safe weekend, that you all remain blessed and prosperous, and that we continue to, like we said, continue to grow our family and grow the TMTP Presents brand. And like we said, make sure y'all keep tapping in with us. We love y'all. And look, from Huss, from Big Huss, you already know what he says. Look, if you don't know, he goes by Big Huss, and I go by Mr. Owens. And this is where, look, we keep the main thing. The main thing. All right, y'all. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay blessed. From the P Presents family, we love y'all, and I'm out.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it.